Sun International traces its roots back to 1969 when it was founded by Saul Kerzner. They own Grand West Casino, Sun City and Monticello in Chile. The company has a market cap of 9.8 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 12.8 and a dividend yield of 2.8%. We've just had results out of Sun International. Like we were talking about with Sun, we're talking about those occupancy rates. They are sitting at 61.3% for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not great. I mean, essentially then you're actually not really covering your cost of capital if you've just built this hotel recently. The bright spot in this portfolio is definitely the Monticello in Chile. They're showing strong growth in revenue and gaming numbers. And I think, yeah, we like the Sun City asset, although it's probably had its best days and potentially will need a lot of work going forward. But once again, it's one of those industries, particularly with Grand West, you do get slightly concerned about the licensing issues and the regulatory, the taxes and the future regulatory clampdown that you're going to be seeing going forward. So yeah, also the liquidity is not great. Although it is cheaper on a relative view, it's a slightly better price than Sun. This is definitely, if you were going to enter the space, I'd say this would be the one to choose. But yeah, also not for us.
Yeah, they did mention in the results that they were quite positive about that Monticello asset of theirs, and looking at revenues within the gaming space, up 10%.
Yeah, look, Monticello was broken in half by an earthquake 3 years ago. They got a big insurance payment, and it seems that they're trading well now that they've refurbished it. So Sun City is a nice place to go and visit, but apparently they lose money there. I'm not quite sure why. The golden crown in this thing's asset entitlement is in fact Grand West Casino, which is the Cape Town casino on the old Goodwood Showgrounds. I don't know, maybe it just is a hell of a great place to go. But whether or not they'll be able to sort of revamp and get themselves going, they've lost 2 CEOs in succession. David Kootstrot has been replaced. They're doing some quite big renovation at the PE place called the Boardwalk, and also on the Wild Coast Casino, that one that looks like sort of Hiawatha's tent in Transkei. So I don't know, I mean, gambling, they don't really make that much money, these guys, from the hotels. They're really a gambling company. So it's going to come down again to that issue of, what kind of gambling traction gets. There's one thing that worries me long term, and that is that poker online and gambling with sports online and so on seems to be getting a lot of traction because people do it on their phones. There are regulatory issues there because government gets anxious if they, poker guys operate from the Cayman Islands, and the next thing all the money's going there. But that for me is a concern. Horse racing used to be huge, and now that's in a terrible terminal decline. So I'm not going to say that one-armed bandits and playing roulette is going to go out of fashion, but it just does strike me that maybe the gamblers are staying at home and trading on the poker site all night, and they're not going to Monte Casino. So there are issues. So for me, unfortunately, Sun International also not hot.
So not hot for you. Mark, Sun International hot or not?
Not hot.
So 2 not hots on Sun International.